Hey, what's up guys? Today in this video, I'm going to talk about custom hooks. So using custom hooks, we can simplify the code that we write inside our React application. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you a real life example of how using a custom hook, we can simplify the code that we write for a form and an input field and manage its state. So without wasting much time, let's get started. So to start with, I have created a simple page where I have two input fields and this two input field values are being displayed down below. So let me do this. An email, can you see this is how we are showing it? It's a very simple code, nothing too fancy. I have two state variables, name, email, and those functions which allow me to set those state variables. Then I have a form on this page where the on submit is being handled by this function. We'll come to it later, but we have two input fields. One where we have the name itself. Okay, so we bind the value with the name from the state, right? So anytime the state changes, the value changes for the text input field. And on change, we have this function which is taking the new value of the text field and setting it to the state. And that's how any change basically results in this. It's a very straightforward thing. Same goes with the next field. And I have some basic code which says if the name and email is not empty, then I show it. Okay, that's how things are. And the on submit button, it's a typical form submit. So event.prevent default, and then I alert, and then I make these two state variables empty. Now I can see there is some repetitive code, and this is where, as I said, right, I will create a new hook and simplify the code. So let's get started with that particular code. I'll have a new file inside hooks folder. So let's call it use input, and I'll export it, export default use input. Now I'll need an initial value for this thing. So why don't we have a variable called initial value? I can have anything in it. And we will also have a state variable like so. Okay. As I said, I need to handle two things. One is this on change. Okay. And the second is this reset that I'm doing. So let's try and see how we can do that. The reset one is quite straightforward. I can simply do set value. Rather, I can simplify it. So whatever is the initial value, right? I reset that thing. And then I have, let's say, an object called bind. And I have value as a key, and I'll pass the value. So I can also do this, and on change is going to be a function. Okay. What I will do is first let me type hint it. It is going to be change event. Okay. HTML. Oh, my bad. I did a curly braces. It has to be like this. Okay. E dot target dot value. So this is the bind function, the bind object, which has the value, which is the state variable, and I have a function as well. Last thing is obviously I need to return a few things because it's a custom hook. So I'll return the value, I'll return the bind, and I'll return the reset. Now this is here. It is complaining about something. I think there's some problem with the brackets. Yeah, now it's fine. Okay, so I have the input. Why don't we do one thing? comment this out and see if the name can be substituted with basically name, bind name, and reset name from use input, and the initial value is empty. So this function doesn't exist anymore. The variable name is wrong. It has to be name with n small. Let's see. Now this function doesn't exist, but if you remember, this bind has value and on change. So what I will do is simply spread bind name, and it is complaining about something. Okay. If I type hint this, will this work? It is also complaining about this. That's a bit weird. If I keep this over here, and now I think everything is fine. Let's see. So does this change my functionality, or can we use the same thing? Okay, this is not working. This is working. So basically the state is not getting set. Why? On change. Oh, my bad. It has to be set value and then this, right? I made a mistake. So basically I was not setting the value. Now it should work. Let's try it again. This is fine. This is fine. Fair enough. So this part is done. Now we already have the reset function, so I can simply call this. It doesn't need that. However, it is complaining again. What is it saying? The expression is not callable. Type has no callable signatures. That's a bit weird. If I get rid of this. Okay, now this is breaking. And if I do any, it will work, but I think there is some types problem. But okay, let's see if the functionality works. So this is here. I have this as well. And now I can clear it out as well. So basically what is happening is, I think I need to look at the type definitions. There is something wrong, but this methodology, what it does is, can you see, I'm able to very quickly get rid of these things. Okay. And it basically means that a lot of functionalities can be taken there. So for example, I can even have, and then enter. Maybe I'll have the name as well. So like so, right? And because we have the name, I can do this. Okay. And then it has again started complaining somewhere, right? Because it needs that string. Okay. Get rid of this as well. And now let's see. So enter name. This is working fine. And as you can see, even the placeholder now goes inside this. So a lot of things can be, kind of automated, and I still have control over the values because I'm able to get the field, get the value, everything. Whereas this is just so simple, because now if I want to get rid of this and duplicate it, so email, bind email, reset email, and this is email. Call this as the function and take everything out, do bind email. That's it. So this is the only thing which I need to do, and my text field is so small and it is able to give me all these things. So this is how I saw that this custom hook will be able to shorten my code. It will help me make these elements a bit smaller, and because this is reusable, I can practically use it in all my forms. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. Let me know what is your thought about this. If you like this video, do click on the thumbs up icon and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.